What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'll drop the listing description right here just so you guys don't know I'm lying to you guys. So here you go. It's 2004, he says, KX85, black spray painted wheels, all that good stuff. Just talked to him on the phone. It looks pretty sweet. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is go pick her up. It's only about 20 minutes from my house, so not too far. Talked him down to 400. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this bike real quick. I'll show you guys when we get it. But for 400 bucks, 20 or whatever your KX85, it looks pretty decent. Has some good parts on it. He says it has rod knock, but he started it up once or something like that. So you never know. Could be crank bearings. It could just be a piston slap or anything. You never know with these little things when little kids mess with them, or when somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing messes with them as well. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is go scoop this bike up real quick. Maybe I can talk him down a little more, you never know. And yeah, get a good deal on this bike and get a new project in the garage. We still got the KTM, we gotta rebuild the bottom end on that one. And then we got a couple YZ125 builds, and then we got this one right now, if I buy it, which honestly for 400 bucks, I mean, I'm not gonna drive there for no reason. And then got to stop back on the way home, throw some money in the bank, and then maybe go pick up my new truck today. So we never know. So let's go ahead. Leave a comment down below if it's not in this video of what kind of truck you think I got. It's pretty sweet. So you guys will see it. If not this video, then definitely the next video. I might make just a whole video on the truck or something like that. You never know. So let's go ahead and get right to work and get this bike. Doing about 3 miles an hour on 26 right now. If any of y'all know where this is, they're doing construction over Lake Bowen. So yeah, this is quite fun. Ain't gonna lie to y'all. Got traffic for days. The mountains are pretty cool. Alrighty, lady boys and girls, there she is. Little clapped out 2004 KX85. You can't really go wrong with that. It's a small wheel, not a big wheel. I don't really care, but it starts, it runs, but it sounds like it wants to kill itself. So definitely something, either piston. It honestly, I kind of feel like it could be a wrist pin bearing that's seized, because everything feels fine up until the piston needs to kind of move, if that makes sense, because the crankshaft kind of moves like this, and it kind of feels like it catches right there. But it also could be a crank bearing that's going out, or the rod bearing itself. So hopefully it's not the rod bearing or the crank bearing, and just like a wrist pin, if we can just do it with the top end, that'd be super sweet, but I kind of doubt it. So I mean, never hurts to have some wishful thinking, but I kind of doubt that it's gonna work out for me. So we're probably gonna end up rebuilding this whole thing, top and bottom end. I mean, if you're gonna do a bottom end, you might as well throw a top end in there. It's only about 100 bucks extra, and the next person's gonna thank you for it when they don't have to rebuild the top end in 10 hours. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead, bring this thing home, unload it. I'll show you guys what we're working with, and should be good to go. We got a G-Wagon in the back. Check out that F250. Or is that a 350? I think it's a 350. That thing is minty. Casual South Carolina traffic out here. Little G63 rolling around. Not too shabby. Alrighty, boys and girls, so we are back here with the KX85. Picked that up yesterday, but I had to go do some stuff, so I didn't get time to work on it. But today we should have some time, take it apart, assess the damage, see what's wrong with it, and see how much it's going to cost to repair it. Hopefully it's not too much, but you never know with these little bikes. If the crank went out, took out a case with it or something, then this bike's pretty much totaled. But hopefully we can get something figured out and it doesn't cost us an arm and a leg. So what I'm going to start off with doing is taking off all the plastics on the bike right over there, and then take the gas tank, take the cylinder head off, disconnect all the power valves, exhaust, all of that stuff, and turn on the top end. And then we can see exactly what's wrong with this bike. And if it keeps going, then it keeps going, and we're just gonna have to keep going lower and lower. Hopefully the crank is fine, but it doesn't sound like it. So I'm expecting to do a full engine rebuild on this bike, but I guess we'll figure out today. So let's go ahead, tear it apart, and see what's wrong with it. Alrighty guys, we got the top end off. As you guys can see, the top of this piston does not look very happy. Lots of piston slap and like metal in there, which is quite weird. Definitely gonna have to get this all checked out. Currently removing the carburetor so that I can get to the cylinder, and then just need to remove all the power valves. So hopefully we can get all that all taken apart and we should be good to go. So yeah, let's get right to work. Alrighty guys, got the top end off and I finally know exactly what happened to it. Check out this piston. 8 on this side, and right there, she is completely toast, which in return took out the crankshaft as well. It is a Wiseco crank, which makes sense. A lot of people say they're fine, but in my experience, they are not the best. This thing got chewed up. The cylinder surprisingly is fine. There is no major scoring or nothing on the cylinder, but whenever I took the exhaust off, it was pretty rattly. Check this out. Got a whole piston in there. All this down in here. Focus. All chunks of the piston just on the floor. So at least we know exactly what happened to this bike. Top end probably went out, which caused the piston to go out. The rings are fine on it, but obviously not going to reuse it. So today, got to go order top end kit and a bottom end kit with bearings and all. And then in the next video, we'll take it apart and throw her back together. But yeah, not terrible. $375. You can't complain. But I mean, you can also complain because this is a lot of work. So in the next video, we will be taking the motor out, rebuilding all of that. Got to get a new air filter for it and maybe a seat cover. But other than that, it's nothing major. Well, this is pretty major, but it's nothing like worse. Cases look fine. All of that looks fine on it. So just got to get a crank, probably going to get a hot rods, and then a Vertex piston or a Wiseco. Wiseco makes great pistons. So yeah, thankfully the cylinder's fine. That would have been like a $300 issue because you got to get that replated, and you can't find people selling these things. They go for like 400, 500 bucks. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos on this 2004 KX85 two-stroke, hit that like button, comment down below what you guys think I should do to this bike or any other of my bikes in here. Or just get another bike. This KTM is blown up, so we're going to be rebuilding that one as well. So yeah, whole lot of project bikes. Trying to get my hands on a 22 125, which if I sell that CR85 and that 125, I can get that one and still have extra for more builds. I just don't want to go down into the rabbit hole and all that with the new truck coming in and all that. So yeah, let's go ahead, order up all these parts and get ready for part 2 on this bike. And hopefully part 2 it'll probably run as long as there's nothing else super major wrong with the motor. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.